Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and taking undue delight in deciding on the middle piece is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
You will be the middle piece.
You will be the middle piece.
Yes.
Definitely giving away hints today as to what we're talking about. After the saccharine sweetness of last week, we decided to go a little bit more dark this week.
Yeah, took a slight left turn.
Yeah. Bubble Boy, Human Centipede.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Sewn back together wrong.
But yeah, no, and a spoiler to our opinion as to this film, we actually like it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I'm going to
No.
put that out there. It is very much body horror. It's not extremely graphic.
No, and I think that's one of the reasons I like it.
But it does leave you feeling extremely unsettled for a couple of days. And sometimes the person that you watched it with, you maybe don't want to talk to them for a little bit.
Not so much this one, definitely the second one.
Yeah,
Never watching that piece of shit again.
No, never watch that. Don't watch that.
They're entirely different films.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I really like about this is that it's that kind of horror that you think about for a few days afterwards.
Yeah, and it comes
it's not just
back to
jump scares.
Weird occasions, and you think about it and be like, yeah, like I kind of get where he's going with it when you find out that the inspiration for this came from a conversation about sewing paedophiles' mouths to dirty truckers' buttholes as punishment.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm good. Yeah, because when you said I kind of get where he's coming from, I was like, the Doctor?
No,
you meant Tom Six.
Tom
Grant.
Six.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like that as a form of punishment because they are horrible people, but no.
Yeah.
It's just this leaves you feeling dirty and wanting a shower.
Yeah, and I think it's supposed to. It does its job well.
yeah. If you want to feel like slightly icky.
Yeah, because it's not like when it first came out or when it was announced and it was.
It was 100% medically accurate.
Yeah, all that shit. It was like you very much got the impression that it was going to be kind of a gore porn film and it was going to be all like horrible and titillating and it's really not like.
No, it really isn't. It's very, very stark and frank, and because he's the Doctor, and he's fucking terrifying, and I swear to God we saw him in Hamburg Airport while we were in that flight once.
Yeah, weren't all that interested in finding out if it was actually him,
no, but did keep an eye on him. It was like, if he comes near me, I'm going to hit him with my backpack.
Well, he's pretty much the best thing about the film. Like if it wasn't for Dieter Laser is the actor's name.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his performance, the film wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is.
No, because God love the two girls, they're not great.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have a problem with them, but when both their mouths are sewn to somebody else's assholes, there's not an awful lot they can do except for eye acting and whimpering, you know what I mean?
No, but before that, when they're in the hotel room and that whole thing and the fight in the car,
they're idiots. They're absolute idiots, but I don't think you want characters that you really relate to in the second half of the film. You have to watch them.
Oh, it's not even anything about the characters, it's just poor delivery.
No, for me it's more I'm more upset about the idiotic decisions that they make than the actual acting.
And it's not so much Lindsay, who's kind of the smart one.
Yeah, Jenny's fucking stupid.
Jenny's stupid, and I just feel like her delivery isn't great. It's very much, there. If there's a key, there must be a lock.
Yeah, but it was their first major role, so
but that's it. I like Lindsay. I like the girl.
Girl who plays Lindsay is Ashley Williams.
Yeah.
And it's important to note she's Ashley C. Williams and not the space racist from Mass Effect.
Okay.
That's probably why she put the C in there. Don't want to get confused with no space racist. No fictional space racist.
If you keep her over Caden, there is something wrong with you.
She's definitely the better of the two, and she gets more to do.
Yeah.
Like Jenny spends most of the film after they meet the Doctor.
Was the right choice as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, she is. She's the more capable of the two.
Stronger one.
Katsuro, the guy who plays him.
That poor man.
Great.
That poor man.
Well, I mean, like none of them get off particularly lightly. Well, except for the truck driver.
I have lesser sympathy for the truck driver
because he was taking a shit with his back to the road.
Yeah, dude, there's a fence behind you. Ain't nobody going to sneak up on you, but you keep an eye when you're in a vulnerable position.
I'm not going to say he deserves to die for taking a shit with his back to the road, but
I have slightly less sympathy for him.
Yeah.
Also, Dieter Laser, lurking about in the bushes, made every single one of my childhood Catholic priest nightmares come to life.
The glasses don't help either.
No. He looks a little bit like the bad guy from Kim Possible.
I've never watched Kim Possible. But I'll take your word for it. Is he as creepy?
No. No, he doesn't have the creep factor, because he really has the creep factor. Like, a fair play like that. He is just somebody I would never ever want to come across, even for something like innocent, like actually in his professional career.
Yeah.
He just comes across as weird and off-putting.
Oh, gotcha.
Just
even especially after the creepy guy in the Mercedes at the start. Yeah, like
the very much the lesser of two evils.
Oh, he is very much the lesser of two evils, but he's pretty damn creepy. And then Dieter Laser just takes it to a
Dr.
whole
Draken.
other... Huh?
Dr. Draken.
Dr. Draken. Yeah, I can see why you'd say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dieter Laser just takes it to a whole other level after the first pervy guy. And he's not pervy, he's just creepy as fuck, like.
Yeah.
But before we get too...
And into the beloved dry hound.
Yes, before we talk about the beloved dry hunt, will we go for a summary?
Yeah, I suppose. Although, really, what is there to know about this film?
It's in the title.
Yeah.
But all the same. Two friends on holiday in Germany make a terrible decision when their car breaks down in an isolated area, and they choose not to go with the creepy old pervert. Instead, they make for the supposed safety of a nearby house to ask for help. Once there, they quickly end up becoming 2/3 of the worst possible threesome, as an even creepier old doctor is having a really hard time getting over the death of his 3 Rottweilers.
Why do they run through the woods?
Yeah, they are idiots.
Follow the road!
They are idiots. But, okay, maybe don't go the same direction as the creepy Mercedes guy went. Walk the other way. But stay on the fucking road.
Stay on the road. People will pass you more. Also, learn the non-emergency number
generally speaking...
For countries, if you're travelling...
Yeah.
Just as a point... Learn the non-emergency number.
Well, they had no coverage, so that's a good
They
point.
still work. It's like an emergency line as well. It still works,
but
even in emergencies. But it's the not. I need police or an ambulance line.
Yeah, but German people are very helpful.
Yeah,
and very nice.
Especially if you were
as a whole.
Somewhere where were they supposed to be? Berlin.
I think.
Well, they're out in rural areas.
Yeah, they're driving out. They're supposed to be trying to find some rave club or something like that. Yeah, so
and that could literally be anywhere.
Oh yeah, it could be out in the middle of nowhere.
An old blimp hanger. But German people are
generally really nice,
and helpful.
really helpful, and you've already met one pervert, so the law of averages says that the next person you run into is probably going to be helpful.
Yeah.
But if you go through the woods,
why? Because first of all, they're bitching out that they're not going to get out of the car because it's raining. So why would you get out of the car and then run into the most uneven terrain there is?
Yeah, and Jenny says, if we don't find anything in 10 minutes, I'm running back to the car. And then in the scene that follows when they're wandering through the woods, she says, we've been out here for over an hour. I'm not going any further. I'm staying here. No, I'm going back to the car.
Also, they've just been wandering around in the woods.
You can't get lost if you stay on the road. Well, you can, but you're far less likely to get... Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah, but somebody will come across you a lot quicker, or you'll find a payphone or something like that, or something. You'll find... Or a restaurant or a petrol station, but you will find something.
You probably find I doubt that the doctor had to drive through the woods to get to his house. There's probably a road that leads to his house. Yeah. So why just stay on the roads?
Yeah.
Also, when they're like, I don't know how to change a tire, do you? As if it's fucking rocket science.
It's really not.
No, and
there's not that hard.
That's a rental car, so there's going to be the book inside the owner's manual for the car, which will tell you how to change a tire.
It's really not that hard.
No, it's not difficult.
Just do yourself a favour if you've never done it before. Watch a YouTube video, go out, practice on your car.
Yeah, you don't even need to have a flat. Just go out and change your tyre.
Yeah. We'll save you from many, many a creepy, weird signs.
Yeah. I'm not promising you won't end up as part of a human centipede if you know how to change a tyre. No. But you're far less likely to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because the girls... And I will say, we don't spend an awful lot of time with them prior to them meeting the doctor.
They're backpacking around Europe.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be heading off to Italy in a couple of days. They're in Germany at the minute.
Yeah. They don't seem like the best of friends.
No, I think the friend that they're on the phone with was probably the buffer friend who was supposed to go with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that the impression I got? Because there's a really weird vibe around that phone call where the one who's not on the phone looks like she's pissed off that she's not talking to that friend or something. And yeah, I think you're right. Maybe
she was the buffer friend.
Yeah, they're both friends of the girl who's not there, and they don't know each other that well.
Yeah.
And now they know each other intimately.
Oh, well.
Yeah. No, it is.
From the moment they ring that doorbell and he opens the door and you've already had him shooting the truck driver,
Yeah, but you don't know.
Setting him up, and you've seen him.
It's just a gun.
It's just he's just.
You don't know that it's tranks in it when he shoots the guy. You just hear the bang.
It's just like a long thin rifle, and then you see him in. I think he has the. Have you seen him in the basement at that point?
No, you just see him at the start, and he shoots the trucker.
And you're like, oh great, so he's just a guy who likes to shoot people. Fun.
Yeah.
And then the two girls are there, and they're like shivering, and the makeup's all running, and they look like drowned rats, and they're like, hi, can we come in? Can we use your phone? And he says something, and they're like, no, we don't speak German. Can we use your phone?
And they don't really. I mean, he's a psycho anyway, like so. Yeah. But when he opens the door, they're after like pounding on the door, and I know they had just run through the woods like idiots, and they did have a creepy guy, so they're understandable that they're scared and worried, but they're at a house now. They don't need to pound on the door and ring it. And when he opens the door, they just freak out at him.
Yeah, they're just staring at him like he's the one that's knocked on their door.
Yeah, it's like, no, you apologise for pounding on this person's door in the middle of the night. And you say, I'm sorry, we're really worried, but we're lost. And
we're lost, and we've been out wandering around. Please help us.
No, I'm not on the doctor's side.
No,
but I'm not exactly on their side either.
I do like the doctor's house, actually. That like kind of low ranch where it's all, there doesn't seem to be doors, but it's all like hidden corners. Yeah,
I like how you never really get an idea of the layout of the house.
No.
It's the hallway with random rooms off it and stuff.
Yeah, but there's like, he seems to be able to like hide around corners, and there's little nooks, and then all the weird fucking artwork around the place of all conjoined twins, because you find out he was like a world-renowned surgeon who liked to, instead got obsessed with putting people back together.
Well, yeah,
after
his whole
a lifetime
career,
of taking them apart.
Yeah, he wants to put them back together. And all those drawings or all those paintings were from Tom Six.
Yeah, no, I really like the big one in the sitting room behind the sofa, where they're joined at the spines, and there's something just really impactful about it. I think because the colour palette is all very like modern neutrals. It's very white and stark, and
it's a very bright horror film.
Yeah, it's really got that magical feel where nothing is hidden. That's what I was going to say.
This is a horror film that doesn't want to hide things from you.
Yeah, there's no shadow play. There's no lurking where you get the glint of something. No, he's just there.
And even the closest thing to a jump scare comes from
and
darkness into
daylight.
Light. Yeah, she opens the curtain and a whole lot more light floods the room, and he's just standing there.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, that scene.
The escape scene.
Yeah.
It's
fair play to her, she's going for it.
It's really tense, and then it's really hilarious.
And then you're into it when you start shouting at them.
Oh, well, I'd been shouting at them from the second that the car broke down, in fairness.
But you're like, it's like when you're playing Mario Kart and you turn the controller to try and make it go around the corner more.
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Stop it.
But yeah, the whole house has that really like doctor's waiting room kind of feel to it. Like it's all been like staged, and it has very much that I don't live here, I just exist in this world.
Yeah, nobody lives in that house.
Nobody lives in that house. That house is pristine. He goes around with a white glove, and it's like filthy.
Well, even when he brings the detectives into the house, he runs his finger along the top of the painting to see if there's dust there.
Yeah, and then when he breaks the glass later and he's there cleaning it up, like...
Well, yeah, actually, that's it. After making his Human Centipede, the first thing he does is get somebody out to replace the pane and glass.
Yeah. Like, he very much has the facade of this perfect life, and he's like this respectable surgeon, and if anybody comes into this public area of what is his private home, but it's the downstairs, that's very much his sanctuary. And when everything else does have that staged, I'm normal. Yeah,
I particularly like the
it's not like Dahmer with like a fucking scalp on the microwave.
The shots of the outside of the house. And everything's just perfectly calm and serene, and there's no sound.
Yeah, it's very much like idyllic countryside, not the setting of... It's not like a big creepy spooky mansion. It's not like a stormy night and you're driving down like a little old rickety laneway.
Yeah.
Like, it has none of those.
Well, you have it...
The opening has it, but from that point on, it's like a beautiful spring day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's always really, really bright and really, really quiet as well. There's very little in the way of
it's just like bird
scoring
sounds.
In this film. Yeah. There is some, but...
A lot of it's just ambient sound.
Yeah, it's a very quiet film. And again,
And because a lot of the characters can't speak, you're just watching this and you're kind of rooting for them
Yeah.
try, and it does come across as this incredibly impossible situation because the front end is the poor Japanese guy who doesn't speak English. Neither of the girls can communicate with them. The one at the back is failing fast because I wouldn't have fought it. I'd have just given in. Just drag me around. Don't care. Just make it end sooner.
No, not an existence you'd want to have prolonged at all. But no, with the brightness and the lack of score and the lack of dialogue, especially one in the second half of the film, it is one of the things that I really like about it because it leaves you with nothing to... Not that you've got nothing to follow.
Distract you.
But you've got nothing to distract you and you're not having to follow a lot of dialogue or a lot of like complex plot stuff on screen. So you're just left to consider.
And then his performance, because he is the most animated out of all of them because there's a lot of whimpering and crying and shuffling. So all the animation and all the life and all the drive comes from him.
Particularly in the scene when he's just created it and he gets them to stand up.
It's alive!
And he's like showing them themselves in the mirror and crying. And
he's like photos. Brand new, like proud papa going, look, and he's one giant cigar away from like full stereotype. Like,
I do like as well that it's never a sexual thing.
No, he just is fascinated with putting things back together.
Yeah, from his point of view and
not
his
back
motivation.
Together, but his whole livelihood has been unraveling conjoined twins.
Yeah.
And the intricacies of...
Yeah.
So he does have a bit of the Dr. Frankenstein complex of, well, let me give it a go. But in Frankenstein, he considered it all and made Adam 7 foot tall to allow for delicate work. In this, he was just like, instead of doing it with 2 people, he was like, fuck, we'll do it with 3 and see how it works.
Yeah, I'll just sew them ass to mates.
Yeah, we'll counts. Just join in the mucous membranes. No, ew.
Yeah, no, I think the Doctor hasn't entirely thought it through because he's like, it's this perfect, beautiful being. But then later on, when the rear piece isn't doing too well, he's like, well, I'm just going to need a replacement. And it's like, hang on, we're getting into Ship of Theseus territory here.
Yeah,
like,
dude, they're
you
not
can't just
Lego.
You can't just keep replacing parts and still consider it.
It's not Trigger's broom.
Yeah, you can't consider it the same being if you're just chopping and changing parts. Like, it doesn't work that way. But, I mean, it's not like he's sane, so...
No, he's very, very much not sane.
And it is, it's not a sexual thing. He wants a new pet.
Yeah, and he treats them like his pet when he's got them out in the garden and he's whipping them and the whole feed her sequence. And he's very much starting to very much veer into like a lot of...
the feed her sequence is probably one of the more uncomfortable ones.
Yeah, it's starting to veer into the stories of like Mengele.
Yeah.
And his
well, I mean, that's
there's
definitely...
obviously an extremely heavy influence there from that, but that's the one where it's most in your face because he's wearing the riding boots.
Yeah.
And the short jacket and he's got the crop and it's just very fucking like...
But...
like, it's just... Nah, and it does, but it works because they're out in like it's not the suburbs, but it's a back garden.
There are supposed to be some people nearby because the detectives later when they come to arrest it, they say that somebody heard it screaming. Yeah,
like in suburbia, and he's just out, training his pet. It's just very, very uncomfortable, and there is a lot of the horror stories that came in particular from the Mengele experiments and life in the concentration camps are present in his treatment of them.
Yeah.
And it just, it's...
Yeah, the little thing, the things where, like, the fact that he slices the tendons so they can't stand up anymore. They can only crawl, or he talks later about they're making too much noise. So maybe
the next time he'll take out their vocal cords.
Yeah.
That he doesn't view them as people. They're his experiment pieces. This is what he wants to do. And he's
and it's just
crafting it.
Yeah, these little adjustments that need to be made.
And the difficulty in finding people who have the same blood matches and things like that.
Yeah, because that's why the trucker gets off easy and just gets...
He gets euthanized. He just
gets euthanized because he doesn't match my... He's like, sorry, my friend, you don't match. Type. It's nothing personal. I'll have to kill you.
Yeah, he's the luckiest one of all of them.
He, apparently the actor,
is
in all 3 films as somebody who doesn't fit the centipede and gets killed.
Oh, okay. I don't want to think about either of this either.
No, that's probably the only other mention we'll get of the sequels to this film, because we do not like them.
No, nobody should like them, and if you do, you really need to go and talk to somebody.
Well, I mean, we like this, so
this is genuinely a good horror film, though. This ticks all the boxes of a good horror film, and it's a well-written, well-produced film. And yeah, all the horror in this is in your reaction to it.
Yeah, because the pacing is, I don't want to call it slow, but it takes its time.
There is one moment of comedy to alleviate the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's probably paced at just the right time, because it's just before the centipede gets constructed.
Yeah, it's showing her escape.
There's probably a good 15 or 20 minutes where he's explained to the three of them what he plans on doing.
The overhead projector getting wheeled out.
Yeah, the overhead projector does crack me up.
I don't know why that overhead projector. I was like, oh my god, it's something normal.
That whole scene as well.
So mundane, because they don't know where they are. They've woken up in this pristine, sterile room with like hospital grade equipment, but the three of them are strapped down.
Yeah, and
he's there, and next thing he just wheels in this overhead projector with some clear acetate and his little drawings.
And that whole scene, because he's telling them what he's going to do in a real matter of fact, as if he's a surgeon about to do a normal procedure, while the Japanese guy is screaming at him in Japanese. The two girls are terrified, and they all slowly start to realise, not necessarily from listening to him, but from the pictures, what exactly it is he's planning. And the Japanese guy slowly starts to stop screaming madness at him and is just like, what? And
like, that's it. There's nothing they can do. Like, they're tied down. He's drugged them. The epidural in the neck.
Yeah.
It just, I felt that needle going in like that, really, because you can hear it scraping.
Yeah.
But he's already overpowered them with his medical skill. With either the crushed drugs in the water. If that doesn't, yeah, and if that didn't work, he was going to epidural you in the fucking neck, and he didn't care if it killed you.
Yep.
Like, what chance do you have? He has, they're hooked up to IVs. They don't know what's in that cocktail. Yeah. They're completely at his mercy.
Although Lindsay does wait quite a while before she tries to, chew on those straps to escape.
Yeah.
She waits until, the very last moment. Yeah, they're there for a couple of days at least before
you don't know if he seems to be watching them, though.
True, yeah.
You know, at least if he's there in the room and distracted, you seize your opportunity. Whereas if you're there kind of trying to chew away on it, he might come down.
Yeah, true, I suppose. Yeah,
well, I don't think they've been missing for that long.
Yeah, there's not...
For how long that they seem to be going around and for Jenny to succumb.
Yeah, I think once the centipede is made, it's a couple of days, because we do see night and day.
Long between.
But yeah, from the abduction to the surgery, I don't know how long it passes. It might not be that long.
Yeah, especially because Lindsay's made one escape attempt, so he's not going to wait and see.
Well, after that, yeah. Well,
if she's going to go, and I just love how confident he is in his surgical skills, that he's quite happy to leave them downstairs on the table, all stuck together, while he goes to have a snifter of brandy outside.
The operation has been successful. They're all still drugged, and he just that bit I really like as well. It's a
when he's sitting outside and being like, and it's very much those, if you've ever seen the photos of surgeons after these marathon 18, 24-hour surgeries, and they're literally passed out on the floor. And
you're expecting him, it's like he's just, you see bits of the surgery, and again, it's never too graphic either. No. You see just enough to make you a little bit, and then he finishes the surgery. And
they're all covered in a sheet as well.
They're covered in a sheet, so you see that they're
just lumpy, and there's IVs going in, and it's a good big ass table.
Probably 4 or 5 minutes of him going around having his brandy, getting the window fixed, tidying up the house before you actually see them. So you've got even more time to consider it before you see it.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, what is it going to be?
And it is. I think that's one of the strongest aspects of the film, apart from Dieter Laser, is just you're allowed so much time to consider what's happening.
And even when you see them in full, every time you see it, it's shocking. Because either they're starting to deteriorate at different rates.
Yeah.
They've got these big, staple grin marks that are just... Poor old Jenny on the back is just getting grey, and, she really does not look well. And just this agony that they're in constantly.
Yeah.
Even when they're just all in a line standing there, they're the whimpering and they're shaking, and even though the girls are topless, it's never focused on.
No, well, when I was saying
there is a complete removal of any sexual aspect to it, even in the way it's shot.
Yeah, I was going to say when we were talking about it earlier, it's not just that Dr. Hyder doesn't have any like sexual motivation for what he's doing. The film itself doesn't.
No, it doesn't make a difference that it's two girls. It could have been two guys.
Yeah,
as easily, or the configuration of the centipede is not important at all.
Yeah, and they really don't, especially after the scene with the creepy guy in the car.
Yeah.
You could expect to have some more creepy stuff going on with the Doctor, but there's no creepy sexual stuff. Plenty of other creepy stuff.
But even in the way it's shot, like when the girls are crawling along, it's always framed so that their arms are still blocking them. So it's complete, that whole aspect of it is completely removed.
Yeah, and then you have, as if the centipede itself wasn't uncomfortable, you know, if you have all this like training montage where he's trying to get them to walk and deliver the newspaper and all this stuff.
Yeah, and like lick
beating them with the crop.
And I do like when he takes them off and sends them downstairs, you don't actually see it, you hear it, but you don't even get, like a lot of things will do, you'll get the shadow of them being beaten, but in this you don't even have that. It's just that still shot of the basement stairs.
Yeah.
And you can hear whatever's going on down there. A lot of it is out of sight. And you're just left to ponder.
Yeah. But speaking of things to ponder, and the stairs.
How do they get up and down the stairs?
I mentioned it a couple of times as we were watching it. I was like, how is he getting them up and down the stairs? Whatever about when they were not together. But once they're together, that's going to be difficult. I thought, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe he's got a lift that we're not seeing. Maybe there's some other option. I was going to let it pass until the escape attempt by the centipede, and they have to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
And it's a real struggle for them. And I'm like, well, if they can't do it themselves, he was hardly, well, they just about managed it. He was hardly able to.
They come around upstairs on the sitting room floor. So he's brought them upstairs.
Yeah, he brought them upstairs
when they were unconscious.
And I'm like, so I was like maybe there's a lift, but there clearly isn't.
Like dead weight. Like there's a reason why it's called dead weight. Like somebody knocked out.
Oh yeah.
And now you see that three of them fucking. And it's not exactly like you could just like drag them up the stairs by the feet.
Well, you see that in the struggle when Lindsay tries to rescue Jenny. She's about to escape and then she runs back inside. Another stupid decision because she could run to the authorities.
Just go. Yeah, get help first.
And that scene as well of her taking Jenny
and struggling with Jenny.
She gets to the stairs and she struggles, and then they just skip the stairs and she's dragging her across the floor of the house. But even that's really tense as well because she's dragging her for ages.
And you don't know where he's gone.
He doesn't even seem like he's that bothered.
No, he's very much the Jason of this movie. He's
definitely got that.
Yeah, and in the background he's on like a little scooter zooming through the forest.
But I was going to say where Jason's sudden appearances and never seeming like he needs to run are more of a supernatural thing. In this, it's almost like it's more of a control thing. It's like, oh, I don't need to run. I know I'm going to catch you.
I'm just going to watch you until you get to that moment. Like, because when they do break out.
Yeah.
And he shoots her in the back with the trank and he's just standing in the window.
Yeah.
And there was like, he's obviously just been standing watching them struggle.
Yeah.
This very bizarre twisted, and that's like when he makes the decision of you're the strongest one, you're the feisty one. I'm going to put you in the middle to try and control you.
Well, I think he's already told her she's going to be the middle piece.
Yeah, but that's
and then she escapes and runs. Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely solidified it.
Because he says that, one of his dogs tried to escape.
Yeah.
And that's how he decided
to break its straw.
Yeah, making it the middle piece.
Even the dogs don't want to know him.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing when he's like, my dog tried to escape. And you're like, dude, even your dogs knew you were fucked up.
And that probably actually one of my only major criticisms for this that isn't like nitpicky, like the stairs or the girls being idiots, is I almost kind of wish the name was something different.
Than Dr. Hyder?
No, of the film.
Of the Human Centipede.
Because if you took that away, you'd have him shooting a trucker at the start.
Yeah.
And him looking at the pictures of the three dogs before he shoots the truckers. But it's not obvious. It could just look like three dogs standing in a line.
Yeah, it's not super clear.
It's not
nice.
super clear.
Yeah.
Then he meets the girls and you see a flash of the grave of the My Beloved Tree Hunt. And you're like, that's weird. Why is he calling it the Tree Hunt? And you wouldn't get the reveal of what's about to happen to them until he shows them. If the film wasn't called The Human Centipede. You just think, oh, he's already shot a trucker and now these two poor girls are here. They're fucked. and the dog thing would just be a tease as to what's coming. But because the film's called The Human Centipede, and you see these 3 dogs at the start, and then you see the gravestone of my beloved 300, you're like, oh, well, yeah, that was his first attempt, and now he's going to do it with these 3 people.
Yeah, well, considering a lot of the promotional material was that the picture...
Yeah. The promotion material.
That cartoony picture that somebody got it tattooed on their feet, and it was like, no.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
the promotion material.
To make snickerdoodle cookies in The Human Centipede. I made gingerbread men and had them like...
the gingerbread centipede?
Yeah.
Yep.
Horrified a friend of ours.
Yeah, but obviously the marketing campaign relied heavily on it at the time. And that was what made us want to see it in the first place. But just thinking about it now, if I was to recommend this film to somebody, I couldn't very well tell them, don't look at the title. No. But yeah, I just think it would be that bit more shocking when you got to it then.
It was very much relying on the whole shock aspect of,
oh
my god, it's called this, we gotta watch it. Because I think you had like a lot of things where like the bay, the fog, the mist, like there was a lot of horror that's the something.
Yeah.
The bay is shit.
Oh God, we've talked about it before. Yeah, it's a piece of crap.
Like the Crazies, because it was the remake of the Crazies around the same time, which isn't great.
Yeah.
So this was a surprising. It was like, oh, how bad can it be? At the very least, it's going to be one of those bad horror films that's enjoyable because
well, that's what
bad.
we were expecting. Was it was going to be a schlocky, terrible, hilarious, bad horror film? But that's not what we got.
No, I think the moment in this that won me over is when the power cuts out when she's in the swimming pool and he goes, Scheiße! Sorry!
Walks off muttering to himself.
Yeah, and just leaves her in the swimming pool and she's gone, what? What? And that was the moment that won me over because I was like, from that point on, you just didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you were like, oh, okay, he's caught them, he's going to sew them together. But he doesn't seem to care that she's loose.
Yeah.
And she's like, the pool tarp hadn't closed over entirely.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get from him in terms of reaction.
Yeah, his reactions were extremely like
when the cops come to see him later as well.
Oh, that's such a...
That's really tense as well, and it's played out really well.
And and you're there going, dude, why are you being so aggressive and hostile to the cops?
Yeah, like how cocky are you?
Well, especially when he's like, take your drink and finish your drink and leave. And
I think that's supposed to be panic.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be panic.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, roofie some police because other police won't come to see what's happened.
That Rohypnol is very plot sensitive.
Yeah.
The girls both drink it and it affects them differently. And then the cop drinks it and one of them does and one of them doesn't. Well, one drinks a bit and the other one drinks it all.
Yeah, the one he's like arguing with.
Yeah, only drinks a bit and the other fellow drinks it all. And
also, that's the way to say, sorry, I don't have any coffee in my house. Would you like water instead? Because when he's like, oh, I never offered you to drink, and they're like, oh yeah, coffee if you have it. And I was literally going, what German person doesn't have coffee in their house? And apparently he's
apparently the one. But why would you offer somebody a drink if all you have is water? Offer them water.
Yeah, you go, sorry, would you like something to drink? All I have is water.
Yeah.
It's just, that I understand is part of his like panic about trying to get rid of them. Then why would you offer them something to drink?
Well, I think
if you're worried about your fucking, because they're downstairs.
Well, no, he wants to use the cops as replacements.
As replacement parts.
That's why he Rohypnols them. But
dude, it's not like a one-stop body shop.
Yeah, maybe not try and use the cops who have come here to investigate a case and probably said this was where they were going before. Yeah,
they're clearly canvassing the neighborhood, and a neighbor has given them a tip towards that house.
Yeah.
Guess where the rest of them are going to go if that's their last known location. Yeah, he really shoots himself in the foot with the cops. Like, he might have actually gotten away with it, at least the first attempt, if he'd kept his cool around the cops a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
clean up the evidence, as it were. You
do kind of think he's going to get away with it.
Like, you really do, and you're like, oh shit, and he's just going to keep doing this in his basement? Like, that's the way you think it's going.
But the end is really satisfying.
The end is incredibly satisfying, and does continue with the uncertainty.
Yeah, and the horrible leaving you to just consider it all of it.
Oh, yeah, it does, especially the way it pans out.
Yeah, because extra points for Akihiro Kitamura for his performance at the end.
Oh, Are You God?
And yeah, his little Are You God monologue, which he wrote, that's really powerful, and I really, really like that bit. Again, it just really leaves you to consider it that, like, oh, okay, so he definitely thinks he's not the nicest person and is deserving of this.
Yeah, well, you know nothing about, you get zero backstory about him. He is just some guy that got kidnapped.
Yeah, you don't get much backstory for any of them either. The girls we see a tiny bit. They're Americans on tour in Germany. That's all we know. But
he is literally just like some guy.
Yeah.
He's Zaphod.
He's just some guy,
Yeah.
It's just some guy who has his ass sewed to somebody else's myth.
At least he doesn't have two heads this time. That'd be unfortunate.
But yeah, no. Him, Katsuro and Dr. Hyder, I think, are two of the best performances in it.
Yeah. No, Hyder carries the whole thing. Without him, the whole thing falls apart. And he apparently was extremely creepy off camera as well. He brought his own wardrobe, brought his own lunch.
Yeah.
Wouldn't interact with any of the cast.
Yeah.
Like, he went full on, like, creepy method. Like, the girls, I think, were genuinely afraid of him.
Oh, I think everybody was genuinely afraid of him. And rightly so, because it's a brilliant performance.
It's worth watching it for his performance.
Oh, definitely.
Like, it is. I think it doesn't matter if you're a horror fan or not, this will just leave you feeling really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's not 100% medically accurate.
No. It's disgusting enough for somebody to go, ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, because there's a lot in the trivia about the medically accurate and the contacting. He like contacted the surgeon who was like, "What? No, get the hell away from me." Yeah. And then the surgeon was like, actually, I wonder how you would do that.
Yeah,
and got on board.
And looked into it like just from a research point of view. But it is
doesn't mean it's 100% medically accurate.
I think that was how we came across this. It was on Blizzard of Odd and they had like weird trailer of the week.
Yeah, it was definitely on one of those like weird kind of, or on a weird website.
Yeah, it was like weird movie trailer of the week and it was the trailer for this. But the whole thing that got everybody was the 100% medically accurate tagline. And it was like, it's this crazy Dutch horror film.
Yeah, how could it be 100% medically accurate? That's ridiculous.
Like, but it just, the whole concept of it just made everybody go, ew, I want to watch.
Well, certainly with us anyway.
Well, as well, that was like, it's rare to get a horror that's not some sort of found footage jump scare horror, but that's also not super gory.
Yeah,
without being like ghosts or supernaturally.
It's definitely a film that requires you to be thinking about how uncomfortable these things are. Otherwise, it won't work. But it really does work on that level of just, I don't want to think about that too much, but I can't because it's on screen and there's nothing else to think about. Yeah.
And because it's not hidden in shadow, it's under medical strip lighting, and that stuff don't hide shit.
Yeah, it's
like it is in some of the harshest lighting conditions you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
It's very frank, and because then it's very much a medical setting. All of this, like everything's glass.
Yeah, there's a lot of glass and like polished surfaces.
Then everything's very reflective and clean and sterile. And you know that there's a swimming pool in there. You know the whole place smells of bleach.
Yep.
It's got that hospital odour.
Oh, definitely. And I really think that's one of the things that works absolutely.
That whole house just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, it works absolutely in its favour. Is the way the film is lit, the setting of the house, and the fact that
because it's all in the house.
The fact that it shows you everything, but it isn't overly gory about it at all.
It shows you everything, but it doesn't show you anything at the same time.
Yeah, because they're always in the kind of nappy thing, so you never actually see.
And even when he's operating, there's like white sheets, so you just never get to see.
Yeah, you never actually see lips getting sewn to butthole or anything.
Yeah, you don't actually see any of it, and like you see the staples and stuff like that, but you've no idea what bits of what that is.
Yeah, it really works. And I think it was because the first time when we saw all the promo stuff, we were thinking this is going to be a hilarious schlock fest, and it really isn't.
Yeah, there was like a couple of us sat down to watch it, being like popcorn and stuff like that, and being like, yeah, this is going to be awful. Let's rag on this for a couple of hours, and then by the time we finished, we're like, right, I don't want to talk to you for a couple of days.
But when we do, we'll talk about how good this film actually was.
But don't talk to me for a few days, okay? I got to go off and like think about things.
Apparently, and I was really surprised by this, considering how much Japanese there is in the film. There are some versions of the film that have no subtitles.
Yeah,
there's no German and there's no Japanese, and I'm like, whatever about the cop scene, there is a lot of dialogue, but you could probably figure out from context, they're there to investigate, he's all nervous, it's not going so well. But so much of what the Japanese guy says, I think, really is important.
Yeah.
Because he is the mouthpiece for the other two girls. And then, obviously, his amazing monologue at the end.
And that nobody understands him except for what the subtitles... Like, because I don't think the Doctor understands him.
No, the Doctor's not supposed to understand them at all. The girls definitely don't understand them.
The subtitles are the only thing that give him any sort of voice.
Yeah.
And I think not having the subtitles there is a total, like, it's a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it adds to it because you, as the viewer, are the only person who understands what he's saying, and it makes you feel more for him than if you don't understand.
To the girls as well.
Oh yeah, no, he feels terrible about the fact that he's the front piece.
Yeah, but also like that he's leaving them to kind of deal with it themselves.
Oh well, yeah.
Like his decision has fucked them.
Yeah. But is there anything else then before we wrap up that you liked or disliked about it?
No, I do very much enjoy this film. I don't like watching this film.
No.
I don't like in the moment of watching this film, I always have regrets.
Yeah, and I will admit we only gave it one watch compared to our normal 2 watches that we give for films.
And I'm always like, yeah, it's a great film, you should watch it. But I'm
not going to watch it with you.
I'm very hesitant to actually sit down and watch it myself. And I think that's the measure of a truly good horror film. I know my dad won't watch The Devil Rides Out, won't even entertain the idea of it being put on.
Yeah,
and
but it's
he
like
saw that when it came out in the cinema originally.
I don't want to rewatch this film because of how it makes me feel. But how it makes me feel is exactly how the film wants to make me feel. Yeah. So it's successful in that way.
No, it is. Like, it's an incredibly good horror film.
I really think it is.
People should, like, it deserves at least one watch.
Yeah. Do you know who didn't think it was?
Who?
Roger Ebert.
Oh, he wouldn't even rate it.
He wouldn't even rate it.
He wouldn't even give it
even give it the 0 star, which means it's just a terrible film.
No, he just wouldn't even touch it.
He said that the film exists in a world where stars don't shine. And I swear we're not doing this on purpose. But I'm beginning to think, should we maybe just read Roger Ebert's most hated list and just start covering them?
Yeah. No, I get why, like, this is one of those movies.
It's not classy.
It's not classy, and it's not saying anything, like...
deep. No.
But it just makes you... It's just I think the thing that makes this the most uncomfortable is that it's extremely realistic. It's a normal house. It just happens to be a guy with a ridiculous skill set.
Yeah,
that's not...
It's plausible.
Yeah.
In as much as some psycho could try and do that.
Like, he just seems to have snapped.
Yeah,
like his career has just turned into this obsession.
Yeah, he's retired and
bored.
This is why you need to fill your retirement with activities.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just sit in your house and consider things and go crazy.
Take a cooking class.
Yeah.
You know, take up a sport.
I was going to say take a sewing class, but maybe not him.
No, if anybody should not... maybe if he had taken a sewing class, he'd be making beautiful curtains. Then we'd have created Ed Gein. Special leather.
Yeah. No, I don't think any pursuit was going to end particularly well for Dr. Heiter.
Consulting would have been an idea.
But yeah, no, it is. It's fun is maybe not the word I'd use.
No,
but it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, it's kind of up there, one of those ones that, like, you should watch it.
Oh yeah.
Like, at least once.
Absolutely.
And then recommend it to everybody you don't like.
No, that's what you do with the second film.
Yeah. Oh, God, Jesus, no.
And we are not recommending you watch the second film. No. Do not watch the second film.
If you want to break up with somebody, like, it's the perfect breakup film. Because they won't want to be anywhere near you ever again.
It was the biggest stress test of our relationship ever. But enough about that piece of shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No,
this is definitely worth a watch. This is definitely worth a watch. And... we will probably cover something a little bit more cheerful next week. Yeah. At least just for ourselves, if not for everybody else.
Yeah, because it was like, let's cover it. That means we have to watch it.
Yeah, we've been threatening to do it for a while.
Shit.
At least ourselves, we've been talking about it. And now we've finally done it. We watched it for your benefit.
It's probably going to be one of those, like, it's been a decade. It's got to have worn off by now.
Well, I was actually on his IMDb page yesterday, and he's got something in development called The Human Caterpillar.
As long as it's not the Hungry Caterpillar, we're all good.
Well, I'm wondering, is he going a caterpillar is not bigger than a centipede. If he was just going bigger, it would be the human millipede.
So what?
So
is he going to make a pigeon rat?
Yeah, is he going to have... is this going to be some sort of weird metamorphosis film? Is he going...
Oh, is he going to break into that weird realm of lady romance novels where they're like human-animal hybrids? Because that exists.
Well, no, that's the film he's trying to release at the minute. I can't remember what it's called. It's like on Tanio or something weird like that. I know. It's about a bunch of high-powered businesswomen in LA who get off on other people's misery.
Oh, so like Crash?
Yeah, but with Tom Six. So...
Ew. Yeah,
I don't know.
And now, if he had followed up this movie with another two of this caliber, I'd be interested.
Yeah.
But he just went off the cliff and into like shock, gore, horror.
Yeah, I didn't
and it doesn't do it for me, and I don't like it. Didn't need
sequels. Yeah, the second film is... I was going to say it's everything I thought the first film would be, but no, I thought the first film was going to be schlocky and hilarious.
No, this is actually like a properly good horror film.
Yeah, no, it really is. I really, really, really do think it's a damn good horror film.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish he had moved on to something different instead of just doing sequels.
Yeah.
But such is the world we live in. But thanks for joining us this week, guys. We promise we'll do something a little bit more upbeat next week. We don't know what, but something upbeat anyway.
Our 3 listeners are going to stop listening to us now because they're going to go and watch
They've
it.
probably not even made it this far.
No.
We're just talking to ourselves at this point. So, thanks for listening ourselves. We will be back next week.
Yes.
As usual. But in the meantime, if you want, you can head back and listen to some of our previous episodes or our other podcast on the Rants the Boys. Or you can come and find us on socials and tell us to stop recommending terrible, terrible horror films. On Twitter at rantsmono. On Instagram at monorants_the_boys. Or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are Monorants.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Jesse from Sudden But Inevitable and Open Pike Night.
This is Sci-Fi.